And like if he gets unfortunate enough and he runs into like, you know, burst a little too early in the bracket, it's just going to be a problem.
So Panda, and he's been doing this in brackets consistently too, has been playing Aegis a lot. And that has been becoming his potential terrible matchup answer. And Aegis is a really good answer to Sephiroth. Good frame data, rush down character, and that's one of the things Sephiroth can struggle with. So,
but it wasn't shown here in loser semis.
Yes, now there's no Sephiroth on the screen, despite there potentially being two Sephiroth on the screen. Sephiroth. I think that's one of those
Sephirai.
Sephirai. We're getting Pokemon Trainer, Ned's most notable main over time.
We should ask Nomura.
It would be a good question. What's the plural of Sephiroth?
It might be irrelevant in the remake. Anyway.
All right, we're getting Lucina Squirtle, a matchup. Finally, something I understand very well. This is a debate I've had with many people. I think Squirtle does exceptionally well in sword character matchups. Your Lucinas, your Chroms, your Sephiroths, even your Croys. Because Squirtle can just rush down the character and fight him that way close up without kind of avoiding the sword. But then I've heard proficient sword characters say, oh, Squirtle's an easy matchup because they're one of the few characters that can actually hit Squirtle. So it goes both ways.
Well, you just got to find that vector where, like, you go under the advancing aerial. So, like, you know, advancing aerials are so strong in every single version of Smash, Ultimate particularly, especially when you have a disjointed hitbox. And as long as you can use the movement the way Ned does and get under those vectors and catch the landing, you're going to be in great shape. That's why you hear it both ways. Is when you fight against people who don't necessarily know how to use their movement as well as Ned does, it's going to feel much easier.
All right, Ned using his switches masterfully, another option that sword character fighters, unless they're Pithra, certainly do not have, is the ability to just switch to different characters sometimes. Good air dodge from Ned to get back instead of using the switch. Like that a lot. But now he's on Ivy. So he's just going to let this roll with a roll of 67?
That really high Dolphin slash Earl was the difference between life and death, because you saw that that down air was scouted out a mile away from Ned.
All right, that's switching to the Zard, which I feel like in this situation makes sense. You're at 150, but if you get the one big read before you lose the stock, you can just be up 3-1. Earl not allowing that to happen. Nice up B out of shield. Take the stock, and now Ned immediately right back to the squirrel as that damage starts to pile up once again.
Waiting it out on the ledge, finding these little nares here, and that is a ledge drop with the Hydro Pump. See you later, alligator.
Yeah, that down tilt. Squirtle's down tilt is often overlooked in this game because of how good F tilt is. But down tilt sets at a weird angle, can theoretically be a kill move. And you saw how Ned just used it to catch like the landing hitbox or the uppy hitbox. It knocks them at such a bad angle that you can follow up really easily. And it eats jumps. So it's not a bad move specifically in that situation when you're ledge trapping. Great stuff from Ned showcasing all of the options that Squirtle has and not just the known ones.
Taking all the time in the world to get back from that ledge here. Don't want to fall victim to, you know, like a Lucina forward smash in that spot.
Then with the down tilt from Ivysaur, that move was like frame 6 or something. Oh man, what a switch. Not even going to up B back to stage, knowing the game was over. He was up to stock. The Zard Bear, a completely fair and balanced move, going to take the stock. Although in that situation, it was at like 130%. So a lot of moves are going to kill there. Ned just going deep with the catch.
Yeah, and I'll leave it at that when we're talking about Charizard back air. Totally fair.
Your favorite move?
Totally balanced. But again, it's just the presence of mind to stay off stage as long as he did, because he was actually going down there for the Ivy edgeguard and then was like, okay, well, you snuck by the Ivy edgeguard, but I'm going to turn around into a Charizard and back air immediately. So, good stuff. Ned taking a Game 1 victory, looking to find his way back to a rematch with Yumu in Grands. Actually, both these players looking for a rematch with Yumu. Smashville we go, though, for game number 2.
Yeah, Smashville we go. Definitely the better option in this situation for Earl, for sure. You don't ever want to allow Pokemon Trainer to live the high percentages, because then that Squirtle becomes, you know, big bat wing double jump man. And that's a little bit harder to take stocks with. If there's anything Lucina really does struggle with sometimes, it's the arthritis.
Runoff counter. Interesting choice. I think looking to snipe maybe a Vine Whip?
Waterfall, I believe. I think he was planning to do that before the switch happened, and he was like already locked in. Like his brain didn't tell him like, hey, can't counter Vine Whip. Not gonna happen. I think he was looking to counter Waterfall, which might have not killed, but like it puts Ned in a horrible spot.
Okay, just showing that air dodge early to get off the stage while you're on Charizard, and you have the multiple jumps to get away, rather than fall victim to a tech chase, which we've seen Earl's tech chases are very, very strong on this character.
All right, then going for the up smash. He will get the falling forward air. I was expecting off of the shield and seeing the get up attack for him to go to for the F tilt, but I think he thought he was too close that the up smash would still connect because that thing does grab pretty far in front. Wow, what a catch!
And he's dead.
Nowhere to go. Clean 0 to death with the Charizard.
All started with that just back throw from center stage. And
here we go again.
It's where it went. Okay. Maybe showing a down air or like faking a down air. There was anything. He goes for it the second time. But changing the timing from Earl, gonna stop any of that shenanigans on a 3-star. For now, anyway.
Good up B from Earl to knock Ned back, but this is that arthritis. You know, double jump man lived until 200% that up air was finally gonna kill that.
Double jump man. I'm just gonna call him that.
Batwing double jump man?
Batwing double jump man.
All right, Ned up a full stock, but Earl winning a number of neutrals in a row. If he can get an early stock here, this is still very doable. Ned's gonna do everything in his power to not allow that, but he keeps landing on the sword.
Yeah, at the same time, those trades are not necessarily bad for Ned. Like, even if you do lose the stock, just get that percent up, and then Charizard has been so lethal at sealing stocks versus Lucina.
All right, Ned looking for the grab there. Would have killed F-Throw on Smash Hill, I'm pretty sure. Just missed the grab before that. And now, a little bit more trading. More trading. As you said, not a bad thing. Now that he's got the Lucina, one hit to dead.
Exactly. And that fair almost getting the job done even from center on Smashville. And that second time is the charm.
Sometimes you only need one of the double jumps from Batman. So the forward air going to take the stock. Nicely done from Ned. I'll say it again, I'm kind of surprised he wasn't fishing for like the F tilt at ledge, but he was completely content with backing off and taking trade after trade after trade. Didn't need to throw out anything preemptively that could have gotten him killed.
It's a solid advantage play, right? You don't need to switch off. Like Charizard doesn't have the frame data of the other characters, but you don't need to switch off of him because he'll just tank the trades much better than the other two, and he'll trade back much more effectively. So really solid advantage state from Ned there on that second game. It was all predicated, of course, by that insane 0 to death, as he's known for. But at an even stock here at the start of game number 3, Squirtle's out to do the job again.
All right. Squirtle, so far so good. Uppy out of shield, that's an option that works. What I will call that. Got his damage, backed off.
That's one thing we've seen Yumu do like a ton of today, where it's like he just gets the quick damage and then converts the advantage state instead. He did like a down throw into nothing at like mid-percents as Mario, and who does that? But he's just like, now I got the stage and I'm gonna just control it from here, and then condition the next time I do a down throw.
That's Yumu Smash Bros, who is waiting in grabs for the winner of this. Ned looking like he's in prime position right now. Get that run past pivot grab with Ivysaur looking super nice. Things were looking a little bit harder this game for a second. He had a good start, then Earl won a bunch of interactions in a row, so he switched to Ivysaur. Earl hasn't seen a ton of Ivysaur yet this set. He hasn't really needed to. Ivy, I think, easily the worst of the three when it comes to the sword character matchups. But you still have to remember how to win the matchup for a second. And, Earl's been kind of like having to play more on the defensive against Charizard, and like Squirtle's been rushing him down, so all of a sudden you're playing like this weird projectile character that puts you to 140. Up throw? Nah, couldn't get it.
I don't think that would have killed either because just the Charizard came out in the nick of time to help avoid an up throw stock. And that means that forward air answers right back, but okay, there's Earl coming back with a Dolphin Slash. Even stocks in game number 3.
All right, then gonna switch back to Squirtle, which makes sense. Now he's just got to get out of this disadvantage here, and he can have what he wants. Early stock, Squirtle against up tilt, back air, a double up air into the back air. Nice. Good conversion, 50%. There's another one of those down tilts, just catching that get up. And it just puts Lucina in these weird, awkward spots. Dash attack. I talked to Ned a bit about this after his sets with Loaf a few weeks ago. He said he was going to start using dash attack more in Squirtle's game plan. He is dead though. Sometimes you just get spiked off the bottom of the stage, and the angles of both Smashville and Town, when you get spiked like that, if you don't immediate tech that, there's no coming back. Nice edge guard sequence there from Ned. Good tech from Earl to stay alive.
Yeah, the tether cancel made that so slippery, but Earl dodged all of the shenanigans, and then Charizard came out and was like, I'm Charizard, I'll see you later.
Yeah, Earl went for the get-up attack, got caught. Ooh,
both of them just barely off the mark on some big punishes on that little scrap.
Yeah, Earl now officially fighting for his life. He needs this stock, and he needs it to stay alive. So far, so good with the last couple of interactions between both Zard and Squirtle. Ned really only needs one decent one. Goes for the double dash attack. Good strong move with a lot of active frames.
I thought there might be a switch in between that one dash attack and the other, but it looks like this might just be Charizard's game to play the rest of this out.
Yeah, Earl's been feeling, looks like really confident with Zard, taking all the stocks, you know, as you would expect, pretty much entirely with Zard throughout this set.
There's that tech chase, but okay, the get-up attack will spoil the fun for Ned.
Earl was just the littlest bit late on that, and he wound up getting get-up attack, and now this is a scary percent because, like, 60 doesn't seem bad, but, like, one back air, one catch. Forward throw, now he's off stage. Ned's going to go for it. Now he's getting back on stage. Roll up from Earl. I don't think he's rolled up the entire set, so perfect time for that mix-up on recovery. He will get Ned off stage, get the back air, and take the game, forcing the game 4. All spurred by that ledge disadvantage mix-up. His first roll-up in like 3 games.
Yeah, that was really clean play on the last stock from Earl. And forcing Ned just to stay on the Charizard at the very back end of it, which it seemed to me like Earl was just like you mentioned, he's super comfortable dealing with the Charizard in that last stock scramble. So, good stuff. As you mentioned, staying alive. I got the Persona mix.
That's just to have the confidence to be like, all right, I'm going to put my tournament on the line on this roll-up. That's just good knowledge, like, of what has happened in the set. Like, okay, I know that I've got get-up attacked a lot. I know that I've neutral got up almost every other time. Sometimes he'll jump off, but he was just not rolling up. And to be like, all right, Ned's going to just try to, like, ledge trap me, pin me in that corner, I'm going to get out of it and turn it around. Nicely done. But now he's got to do it 2 more times.
Yeah, still a lot of work left to be done. As we go to small battlefield for game number 4. Earl opening up really strongly, though, on this first stock. And we're talking about how the trades were really advantageous for Ned when he was up a stock and when he was on Charizard. Now you're on even stocks and you're on Squirtle. So these trades absolutely go in the way of Earl swinging the big, I forget the name of the blade. Falcon? No, Falcon is Marth's sword. What's the name of?
Oh, he's dead though.
He's dead while I'm thinking about it.
Apparently there's a bunch of Fire Emblem trivia. I'm gonna go with the word sword and assume that's what it is.
I thought it was a different name for Lucina. They're both Falcon? Okay. Thank you, production. Providing the important info.
Okay, well, the info you may have missed was Ned switched to Ivy and got the down throw up B. That took the first stock despite some really good neutral wins from Earl, but now that Marthritis is coming into play again. He gets the up B on get up. Nicely timed from Earl, but 180% for Ned on Dev. So living a long time in these stocks. And 4 neutral wins. And the dunk. That is what Earl needed in this set,
you're not living
early
very
stock.
long from that. You're dying immediately. And that's like the second time we've seen one of those. Or no, it was a stage spike earlier.
Yes. But like those are what Earl needs, it seems like, in these games to win these games, is at least one stock where he'll take it kind of early. Because Earl certainly has the capability to die early against like Zard, or it's like this, Ivy down throw up B. We already saw one of those this game. We've seen some crazy Charizard sack hitters already this set. Lucina doesn't have that kind of crazy shenanigan stuff. He has to really earn it neutral. But Ned gonna catch with the Ivysaur F smash, a very good move in its own right. And switch back to Squirtle, not able to convert the big damage. Can Earl force a 5th game here?
Earl's got to create some space. Right now, Ned is controlling this stage super well. The switch to Ivysaur is going to have to require retreat, which means Earl might be able to find a way in. But if Ned can create that space here...
Oh, he went for the dash attack. He got a little scared a little too soon. Ned went for the up throw up air, a forgotten thing that Ivysaur can do, but people just don't always think about it. That's one of those catch you napping stocks, if you really got it. All right, Earl off stage, though. Not won a lot of neutrals, and he gets fine with on the jump. Good read from Ned as he will take the set 3 games to 1. Ned looking fairly confident at the end of that with some of his choices, but Earl putting on a solid show today. Great showing, 3rd place. Definitely probably wanted more out of the way he was playing those last couple games. It looked like he was winning neutral more often than not, but those long percentage stocks from Ned just kind of coming through in the end. You live too long in too many stocks, and sometimes stuff like that Vine Whip